Namaste, mera naam Ivana hai, or Hoi, my name is Ivana. Hi, my name is Ivana and I've been living in Bangalore, India now for 3 years. I've done quite a lot of these videos on culture shocks. In case you haven't seen them before, make sure to check the linked videos down in the description below. Just recently, while moving to my fourth apartment already here in Bangalore, I noticed how many culture shocks I actually also had moving houses here and how many differences there are between Dutch houses and Indian houses. So I'm going to explain them in this video. I'm going to be talking about bathrooms, floors, windows. Without further ado, let's get started. The first massive difference between Dutch homes and Indian homes are the amount of bathrooms. In the Netherlands, it is common to have only one bathroom regardless of how many bedrooms you have. That's right, it can be a family of 4 or 8 living in one home and you will usually just have only one bathroom. Well, actually I think 1.5, because usually if it's a duplex home, you will have also a toilet separate on a different floor. My parents, for instance, have a duplex home and they only have one bathroom, even though we have at least 4 bedrooms. It doesn't matter in the Netherlands. Here in India, however, it is super common from, I would say, lower middle class and anything up homes to have a bathroom per bedroom. Insane luxury, right? I never expected that. When I moved into my first apartment with my flatmate Nishta back in 2018, we actually each had our own bathroom, and I think this was literally the first time in my life that I had a bathroom to myself. Before that, I always lived with either a partner or with my parents, so I would share a bathroom with them as there is only one bathroom in the household. But here, Nishta had a bathroom which was attached to her bedroom and I had a bathroom which was not attached to my bedroom. But it didn't matter because it was just us two living in that apartment. Then in my previous apartment and in this apartment where we have 3 bedrooms, there are 3 bathrooms. Can you imagine? 3 bathrooms. In the previous apartments, they were all attached to the bedrooms. So if anybody's staying in that room, they don't have to go out to go, to the toilet or to take a shower. They can literally from the shower step into their room and then get dressed or something. So I thought that was absolutely brilliant. Here there is one non-attached bathroom, but nevertheless it is a full bathroom with a shower and anything, actually even 2 showers. It's madness. So yeah, moving to India, I was very pleasantly surprised by that. I don't know exactly why that is, so if anybody has an explanation, maybe there are some architects watching this, let me know down in the comments below. My slight hypothetical idea would be that India is a more conservative culture, so people would prefer to have an attached bathroom to their bedroom in order to prevent anybody walking in your bedroom or in your bathroom. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below. That's just like a random idea. The second massive difference between Indian homes and Dutch homes is that in India, it is quite common, again, I'm speaking from middle class and up apartments, to have inbuilt furniture. To be very honest, I have never really seen this in the Netherlands. In the Netherlands, you usually go to IKEA, let's be real, and you just get furniture that you can shuffle around, which I thought was always very useful because sometimes, after a year or 2 years of living somewhere, you want to switch it up and then it's quite comfortable if you can move around the furniture. Here in India, in all the apartments where I live, the furniture is inbuilt, which means the closets are attached to the walls. I have even had desks attached to the walls. I have actually here and in my previous apartment, no, not in my previous apartment, but in the apartment that I had with Nishta, we had TV stands attached to the wall. No idea why that is. Let me know down in the comments below. I do think it is extremely convenient. Furnished apartments or semi-furnished, the way they are called if you only have closets and maybe some TV furniture. It's very convenient because closets, if I can speak for myself, are extremely annoying to move between apartments, but also to buy. Whenever I would be buying my closets at IKEA, in the Netherlands, I would, first have to get those huge packages back home and then you have to assemble them. Just not practical at all. So I do actually really like the fact that the big items like closets are built in here. The TV furniture, I'm not sure if that is necessary. It is convenient, but you know, if it's not your taste, then you're stuck with it. The thing that did annoy me was the attached study table, because I was like, wait a minute, I really need to move this around. It's in the way. So that was not convenient, but otherwise I do like it. The third massive difference that I've noticed is the difference between the materials which are used for the floors. Please correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments below, but I believe that 99% of Indian households have stone floors. When it's hot, it's so nice to have a stone floor, because the stone will usually never warm up, and then you always have like a cold floor to walk on. Also, it is a lot easier to clean because India is quite a dusty country. Also, the way you clean your home here in India is a little bit different than in the Netherlands. It is not common at all to use a vacuum cleaner. Most maids will just use a sweeper because of the dust and because it's more fine. A stone floor is much more practical in a dusty country, so I think that's where it comes from. In the Netherlands, it is a lot more common to have wooden floors, and not necessarily like solid wooden floors. It will sometimes be like these wood chips which are pressed together, and then there is this wood pattern on them, which is apparently cheaper to produce. The wooden floors usually require a lot more maintenance, because if you drop any water on it, you have to wipe it immediately, because otherwise it sinks into the wood and then it swells up. In my last apartment where I lived in Amsterdam, we did have like stone on the floor, and I hated that 90% of the time, because the Netherlands is just too cold of a country for that. So I was always very cold at my feet because of the stone floor. Not sure if that is the reason why wooden floors are used more in the Netherlands, but I do know that I prefer it for a colder country, whereas in a warmer country like India, I do like the stone floors. The fourth thing that I noticed while moving so many apartments are the differences in windows. Here in India, it is quite common to have windows with bars, obviously because of safety reasons, especially if you're living on the lower floors, bars will always be there. Fun fact, you actually have this a lot in Mediterranean countries in Europe as well. The one thing that I did notice is that Indian windows tend to be a little bit smaller, and I think that is because it's a warm country, obviously. So when it's super hot outside, you actually don't want huge windows, which I have here, and I'm sweating. It's January, it's not even 30 degrees. It is so hot to have big windows here. No matter how much I love the light, I love the sunshine, I very, very much understand why it is not practical to have huge windows here in India. In the Netherlands, the windows will rarely have bars, and they also, fun fact, they have different opening mechanisms. So here in India, it's much more common to have the push open mechanism, and in the Netherlands, it's much more common to have like a handle which you swipe up and down. And they did introduce this little button to it because burglars would come and they would make a hole in the glass, and then they would just put the handle up and enter the home. So nowadays you do have this little push button system, which makes it a little bit more difficult to put the handle up. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Bringing me to the fifth major difference that I've seen between Indian homes and Dutch homes: the door. In the Netherlands, you have the regular door handle goes down for opening and closing of the doors. Here in India, it is a more traditional lock, where sometimes even in like normal modern apartments, there will be two doors, and then they open up, they both open. How do I explain this? Man, I'll just show you a picture. This is a very, very traditional Indian lock, or the way a door can be locked. I feel it's super, super Indian, and actually it usually reminds me of those palace locks, because in particularly if you go to these a little bit more traditional villages, for instance in Rajasthan, you will see a lot of these doors, and if you visit some palaces in India, you will also see these door mechanisms. So I really, really like it. I think it actually adds a little bit of an Indian aesthetic to a household. Even though my current home has mostly the regular door handle, I think that's what it's called. Wow. One final big difference that I've noticed between Indian homes and Dutch homes is that in India, it is a lot more common to sit on the floor. Even now, I'm actually sitting on the floor, and I personally really like it because it somehow reminds me of my childhood. Remember when you were a child and you always used to like play on the floor or like draw on the floor or stuff like that? So I personally really like it. A lot of times families will even eat on the floor, and there is nothing weird or strange about it because homes are usually cleaned on a daily basis, so the floor will be clean. In the Netherlands, this is very uncommon. People have either dining tables or a couch, which is getting more common in India, don't get me wrong, but the traditional way of sitting in India is usually on the floor, and even eating on the floor is quite common here. I like it because it gives a lot more freedom in how you want to sit. I like to move when I sit, and on a chair or a couch, this is a little bit more restricted. However, if I'm watching TV, for instance, then I do prefer to sit on a couch. In our first apartment, Nishta and me actually just had some mattresses on the floor, and we would usually be sitting there, hanging out, having dinner together. I actually thought it was super cozy, and I never missed a couch or a dining room table. I don't think this is a massive difference, but I do think this sitting on the floor would be a massive culture shock for Dutch people, so that's why I thought it would be important to mention it. If you guys have traveled to the Netherlands, or if you are a Dutchie who has visited India, I would really like to know what was your biggest culture shock visiting the other country. Let me know down in the comments below because I love to learn from you guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to put a thumbs up. If you would like to see more of my videos, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and then I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!